filled bright with stars, galaxies in astral seas abound. On cosmic paths we'll trace man's journey into space. Fly with me and watch as skies unfold. Superstars in numbers still untold. Dwarfs that play a frosted Milky Way. On silver wings we'll race like shooting stars through space. Fly with me, the future holds in store mysteries foretold in ancient lore, and our dreams can all come true, it seems, if we will dare to face adventure that's out in space. Oh, 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 fly with me. Just let your thoughts take wing. Liberty is such a wondrous thing. Leave behind this still sublunar race. Come see, come take your place. We're leaving soon for space. Fly with me past Jupiter and Mars.
Oh, come on, Murdoch. Don't tell me this old crate is going to take us into space. In this thing, we won't make it. And look, I happen to be a fully qualified space pilot, Murdoch.
And a space pilot who knows his way around the galaxies, too.
Hey, it's one of these pebbles here that crashed into our ancestors' spaceship and made him make a surprise visit to our planet. We're close to the spot we want, but this is only the first stage of our journey. Now, Captain, we're on our way to Yama.
But they'll detect our presence here, won't they?
Maybe not, with all the asteroids in the region. One blip more or less on a radar screen won't attract any attention. Take my word for it. Certainly not at this distance. It's 1,000,000 to 1.
At this distance. But sooner or later, we'll have to go down and land.
You know, there is one thing that I've been wondering. What is all this laughing? Curious behavior? How do your circuits work?
Aha, that, my squeaky friend, is the question. Laughter is the one thing that makes humans different from all other creatures in the universe. So, you'd like to know how we'll land. We're not going directly to Yama, because if we tried, we would be disintegrated quicker than you could say, "So long, it's been good to know you." Close to Yama, in among the asteroids, I have another base, all equipped and another heli car hidden away from our enemies. Not many patrols go that way. I know the area well. When we're ready, we'll have to sit tight, cool it, till one of their helicar patrols comes by. It's going to take a lot of patience. Okay, their patrol is entering our sector. We can go in. We are penetrating the planet's atmosphere. Ah, good. Their helicars are spreading out. Now I start jamming their circuits. We're taking a chance, but usually it works. Subtlety isn't their strong point. After all they are is a lot of junk. Take it from me. When wolves are around, the only safe place is around the wolves. Can't beat them? Join them.
From a distance, you'd say that's a man's head they've made up there.
That's what it is. It's the machine's homage to their god, their master, their creator, the brilliant Dr. Shivas. He was mad. Nobody spotted us. We look like everyone else.
Quick. Right, let's go. if I do say so, a first-rate craft is. Trip like that, and I feel fresh as a daisy. Well, what do you say, huh? You agree, Pierre?
Of course, Maestro, I agree entirely. Your design was perfect, but we are not on a pleasure cruise. Unfortunately, we're here on much more serious business.
Well, in my opinion, you can't succeed in your struggle unless you have outside help.
And I assure you, your courage and that of your men is not in question. But I agree with our young friend here, Commander Powers.
The ones in the castle are well entrenched. Granted, but here we have forces far greater than the scattered units you encountered on Apis. It was just one of those units that found you.
And what is your plan of attack?
One day the great mass of their forces will be called away on the mission. It's then that we'll siege the base and destroy it.
And then they will return.
We'll destroy them.
You won't destroy the whole lot. No sense in dreaming. They'll manage to rebuild the base. You won't defeat them all like that.
Perhaps not, but our task for the present isn't necessarily to defeat them, but to keep hope alive in the hearts of men. Otherwise, all humankind will revert to barbarism.
Very well, Powers. Our young friend has come to contribute to that hope. Will you agree to help him?
Yes, Omega. If it's really true, we have a chance of crushing these monsters forever. Captain, we are all with you. We all welcome you to our headquarters and to our cause.
And you refuse to speak in the presence of the special representative from Cassiopeia. Why, he is human, as are you.
Yes, I refuse. Being telepathic is a matter of sensitivity, that's all. What I can see in him is so evil, so utterly contaminated, he gives me cold shivers. He's filled with hate, jealousy, evil. I would rather be telepathically blind than see what I do in him. I prefer you to him.
For what reason do you refuse to help us, then? We want to avoid using harsh techniques with you. We hold you in very high esteem. You must realize that.
Go on, tell us what your power is. How does one learn it? What training is necessary to succeed?
I've already told you all I know, all I can say. I have no idea where the faculty comes from. Why won't you understand?
How can we understand what you say? You say it is all a question of sensitivity, only we have analyzed the human brain, and we can locate no center of feelings. Knowledge is stored using crystals in large carbon-based molecules.
It follows that we humanoids with such structures must respond as humans in this, too.
I'll say again what I've always said. Those powers in me that interest you are not something I've learned, something mechanical. It's entirely a matter of sensitivity, a gift, perhaps. Beings, individuals mass-produced on an assembly line or chemically cultivated can never possess those powers.
We would like to know why.
There is no way that I can help you to process true feelings.
We do not believe you.
You insist on hiding your secret from us.
Fruits, vegetables, fresh fruit, garden fresh.
All right, you lousy little vermin, give me your bread, or do you want me to get mad, huh?
It's the Middle Ages around here.
You see, the ancient crafts. That's all we are allowed to do. It's easier to dominate populations who have no knowledge. These robots are all rejects of the factory. People pick them up and make them work. Use them as servants. Watch out for that little one. He's one of the spies I told you about. He sees all.
I think it's about time that I got rid of this straitjacket.
Now we have proof positive. Your friend Psyche is indeed being held prisoner in the castle. Look through the penetroscope. And with a bit of luck, you might catch a glimpse of her passing in front of the window.
Psyche! She's alive! How can we get her out of there, Commander?
We can't, I'm sorry. You can see for yourself.
Uh-oh, a Nautilus. From Cassiopeia. I'm not surprised.
Yes, they are the only visitors from other worlds, only them. Men who are allies of the machines. You see that large building running alongside the spaceport? That's their mass production unit, and below it is their control center, their headquarters. That is what we must destroy. Now take a look at their defenses. The encircling wall reinforced with the powerful force fields. See those domes? They're cybernetic watchdogs, octopeds. Their rays destroy mercilessly, instantly, anyone who dares penetrate into the forbidden zone. And if their tentacles get you, it's worse than death. It's permanent paralysis.
Well, don't they ever switch off their field of force? Don't they ever open a door in the wall?
Yes, sometimes they do. They cut the field and open exits to let patrols out when there is some disturbance in the city. Usually it's only for an instant or two.
Aha! In that case, the problem is simple. The doors in the wall, the field of force, all that must be minutely and perfectly programmed and coded, of course. Well, all we have to do is decode the whole business. That way we can switch off the field, open the doors.
What kind of idea is that?
Child's play. These humans, what poverty of imagination. I don't believe it. Sometimes I wonder how they ever had the intelligence to create such an extraordinary individual as yours truly. Well, back to work. Here's what I suggest. First of all, they have to come out of their fortress there. They have to switch off the field of force.
You will be pleased to learn that you are going to have a visit from one of your own kind. The one you will see is a man.
We want to amuse you. We are sure you will be amused.
You're from Cassiopeia. You're a shaman.
We know your conversation with him will yield more than your conversation with us.
I am quite certain our meeting will yield results. I needn't try to hide it. I'm a telepathic being, an ESP, adept if you prefer, the highest developed on Cassiopeia. I am master of the 4th category. And what are you, young lady?
Me? Oh, I'm not in any category. I've never studied any of this. I understand. You're trying to dominate my will.
You have considerable power for a non-professional. We shall see. I see you're not afraid of white mice, eh? But you hate snakes. We are even, I grant you. Well, now the stakes will be higher. Ready? Yes, you know how to defend yourself. We shall meet again soon, very soon.
If you do not wish the forces of evil to triumph, they will not triumph. Your ordeal will end soon.
I can't go on. I can't go on anymore.
Your friends are near. Have I ever misled you?
Look, there they are. We're not letting those guys tell us, right? Right. Let's get them. Attack them. Run. Get out of here.
The soldier robots, let's get out of here.
Metro is running things from the roof.
Well, it didn't work. Nobody's perfect. The field of force wasn't switched off, and they used heliocars and jumped right over it. Call that bad luck.
We'll need to find another plan, so they'll have to come out using an exit.
Very good work, that. In the name of Cassiopeia, victory is at hand. Now, gentlemen, as for the little troublemaker from Omega, I leave it up to your discretion.
Honored Consul, we may assure you she will be dealt with.
Cassiopeia gives you full authority. Hi!
Hi.
That idiot. Now it's our turn.
So far, everything's gone according to plan. It looks as if our people will all make it back to safety. I hope that your friend on the roof did exactly what he said he'd do, unless he's all talk.
Ah, well, that's that. As I thought, nothing to it. Only problem now is I have to play Santa Claus to rejoin the others. Oh, well. Ho, ho, ho. When you come down to it, my life is no picnic. The force field is subnucleonic type. By vibration of particles, a discontinuity is created in the constituent structure of the matter. Quite an easy technique.
Yes, easy, Metro. Simple, but did you work out the code that deactivates the field of force?
Haven't we known each other long enough for you to trust me? I think you could have guessed that I would have it. Of course I do. That leaves us with the only tiny problem, those ridiculous tentacle ray machines.
I see no alternative. We must attack them. Are you ready to risk the lives of your men?
Mine are determined. They're ready for anything.
Mine are trained and ready to enter into the struggle wherever and whenever they are needed. What's your plan, Captain?
Once the octopods are out of the way, Metro and I will all alone go past the field of force. Then we'll jump over the wall and get into the castle. And it all has to go so fast they believe it was only a short circuit. When we're inside, Metro and I, we know our way around.
It's only an idea, but what about this? And that's all there is to it.
Get serious, Metro. They could see you and shoot you down. That wouldn't get us very far. Let's go over it again, huh? If everything goes well, we'll use the underground passages to get back to your ship, then to the asteroids, and we inform Omega, who return here in strength.
I agree, but on the condition that I go with you into the castle.
Oh, but Murdoch, the two of us, Psyche and I, we can fly out on Metro if necessary. He can't carry three. It wouldn't work.
It's time you learned one thing, young Captain. I, too, have been around. Take it or leave it.
And if anything happens to you, who'd pilot your ship out of here?
Why, you, Captain. You are a qualified space pilot, if I recall.
Oh, this voyage is endless, goes on forever. With a light cruiser-type Cobra, we would be there already, Maestro.
My dear sir, this new ship is worth 100 Cobras. I'll go farther, worth 1,000. Don't you realize you're in an impregnable fortress, and according to Piero,
Exactly.
Colonel, Nebula 6188.
I just received report that we are now approaching Nebula 6188. That means we have 8 hours to go. Why don't you sleep? Who knows what awaits us?
No, but I'm not tired. Why, such a voyage with this kind of comfort? Believe me, Pierre, here you have easily the finest craft ever created. You'll see that in time.
Only is it going to be good enough in a fight. It will have to be good if we're to believe Piero's report. He talks of the most powerful ships ever seen.
I think we can put that down to youthful enthusiasm. I ask you, monstrous craft, hundreds of thousands of tons, really. What sort of engines could ever get them off the ground?
Yes, you're right. I, too, wonder. Even if General Grouchly's ready to make his assault, his technology isn't up to that. So who could it be? Some unknown beings on an undiscovered planet. They're ahead, in the region of Scorpio. It's so difficult to think so, and yet, who knows? You know what he's like, Maestro. I wouldn't say that Piero tends to exaggerate. No, I think this whole situation has taken on another dimension.
And remember, Commander, the range of those little octopod beasts overlap each other, so we must render 2 of them out of order. Otherwise, there's no passage.
He's right. What are we waiting for?
Patience, Captain. 4 more hours to H-hour. All the preparations have to be in position.
Yes, you're right, I know. But I remind you, speed is our greatest ally in rescuing Psyche.
All of us can understand the feelings you have for that young lady.
No, you don't understand at all. She will hold out, resist everything they do to her as long as she can. She knows that if they ever do learn her secrets, we will never defeat them. Think about it. They could always know where we are, what our firepower is, and arrange to have a superior force, anywhere, at any time, across any distance. Make no mistake, gentlemen, that and no less is what is at stake, and you can be sure they know it. This is the ultimate battle for them. Who knows to what lengths their creatures will go to win.
Your report, Professor Otto 4.
The subject is still resisting us, Great Computer. Her resistance is weakening, but very slowly.
How much longer, Professor?
It is not easy to say with humans. They vary days or perhaps even weeks.
You have attempted hypnotic suggestion. Well, what are the results?
She was too much for the greatest specialist from Cassiopeia.
What is your concurrent opinion?
Given time, we can in the end dismantle her personality, manage to control her, great computer.
In time. You are our most highly qualified specialist. Unique circuitry, you have tried everything, yet this weak girl, and that is your answer, it is taking too long. Our Operation Diva is now underway, and we need all the weapons we can muster if it is to succeed. Professor ADS, what is your plan?
We are ready to connect her brain to a Class A computer. I have personally adapted it to this purpose. I assure you any function taking place in her brain will not escape its detection circuits.
Since all other methods have failed, you may execute your plan, Professor.
Great computer, your will is our command. It is done. Satisfied, Captain? Now my men have all been informed. If anything happens to me, as you say, you will take command of my spaceship and fly us out of danger. By the way, that little spy robot is following us. Don't turn around.
I'll get him. Go on.
A large combat vessel from Omega has just entered our nebula, great computer. Situation critical. What are your orders?
That means they received the message. Splendid. That will save us a long voyage to make our demonstration. Phase 4 of Operation Diva. Phase 4. To commence in 3 hours.
At your orders, great computer. Phase 4 of Operation Diva in precisely 3 hours.
What do we do?
We thought this might happen, and we've taken suitable action. We have ways of resisting them, as well as secret ways of leaving when necessary. We can't lose any time in launching our operation. We'll move up all time coordinates by 3 hours. By the sacred universe, their robots are surrounding them. Red alert! Attack! Enemy approaching! Your orders are to impede them. Use all means to prevent their advancing, then fall back and scatter. Unit 1, our attack will take place earlier than planned. Combat stations, immediately. Their attack's already begun. It's underway. Open fire. Go on. Fire at will.
Now there's no time to lose. We'll have to move quickly.
Now, what are they doing down there? They're dawdling is what they're doing. They're dawdling. They ought to... Of course, the force of field. The field of force. I overlooked it. Well, I'm busy thinking of more profound things. Here they come. They made it so far.
Piero, you go on. I'll cover you. Go on, I said.
We're too far away.
Go on, Mentor. See if you can help.
You can do a pretty good job.
This is not the time for a discussion.
Where are the heliocars? We should have seen some of them by now.
All right, it's open. Go on.
Just let your thoughts take wing. Liberty is such a wondrous thing. Leave behind this still sublunar race. Come see, come take your place. We're leaving soon.